This video represents a day in the life of a caregiver at Fearless Kitty Rescue, so enjoy the show. So when you first get here, you're going to check the posted schedules just to be sure which zone you're on. Also, just check the mopping schedule to see if you are mopping today. The area to put your personal items, you just pick a cubby and put your items here. Some of our kitties get into our items, so you just want to make sure your items are away from our kitties. You're going to check in for your shifts. We have an awesome volunteer software that we record all of your hours, so please be sure to check in for your shift when you get here. Be sure to wash your hands before you get started. It's always exciting to see who got adopted and who became fearless, so be sure to check the boards. Check your inventory boards for where your kitties are in your rooms. Before you get started, please be sure to always check your order of care board. That way you know the order in which to care for your kitties. All right, let's gather the supplies. So as Anne is demonstrating here, you want to get your water bucket, your water jug, and your food container. And it's easy as that. All right, we're ready for our kitties. Grab the bio cards that are on the outside of your room. And you're going to go in and make sure you have a bio card for each kitty that you have in your room. We have boards in each room that have all the notes for the week, so you want to be sure to review your boards before you get started. Okay, now on to the fun part. We're going to get some cleaning done. In no particular order, these are some of the things that you're going to be doing to clean each room. So you're going to pick up everything off the floor. That is going to include your food and water bowls, your toys. Place the toys in the designated bin that's in the room. We're going to get rid of that water. So you're going to pour that water into your water bucket. As our volunteer is demonstrating so well, shake out those blankets and beds to get off the hair, the litter, any debris off of those items. We have to spot clean the windows and the door glass. Sometimes the kitties get their paws and the noses on them. We have to sweep the entire floor, and if you have a cage in your room, be sure to sweep that kitty's floor as well. And of course, we got to scoop those litter boxes. That's the fun part.
All right, we're going to clean the litter box today. And first thing we want to do is get down on the floor and pull the litter box out. To clean the litter box, what you want to do is you want to scrape the litter, and you want to make sure you get all the way to the bottom to make sure that you're getting the litter box completely clean. And so you want to scoop up, you want to shake the litter, and you want to put anything that you find into the poop bucket here. And when you're scooping, you want to look at what you're scooping. Is there pee in here? Is there poop in here? If there's poop, what does it look like? We talk about poop a lot at Fearless Kitty, but poop's important. If you've got loose poop, that could be an issue. So you scrape and you scrape and you get everything out of here. And then once you're done scooping, you want to check the litter box to make sure there's nothing around the sides. And then what you want to do is you want to clean off any debris off the litter box with your paper towel. And then you want to scoop the litter box back in. Okay, so once you're done scooping the poop out of your poop bucket here, you want to clean your scooper with the solution. Wipe it down and make sure it's clean, and then you want to go ahead and set it aside.
Is it your turn to mop? Okay, so now that we have everything off the floor, we are ready to mop. First, you want to turn on the exhaust fan that's on the wall, just to be sure those fumes get out of the room so it doesn't irritate you or the kitties. We want to be sure to mop the entire floor. If you have a cage in your room, be sure to mop that kitty's cage so it's nice and clean. If you're able to, move the cat trees and the litter boxes, the heavier items in the room, just so that we get as much of the floor clean as possible. Let's head to the utility bathroom so that we can wash our bowls and dump our water. Depending on the shift that you're on, you may have food bowls, but you'll always have water bowls. We do wash our water bowls twice a day because you do have multiple animals in a room, so we want to be sure that the bowls are always as clean as possible and your water is always fresh. Once you're headed back to your room, be sure to not put your clean bowls back into your dirty bucket. Just carry them separately. We're ready to restage our room. If you were mopping, hopefully the floor is dry by now. Everything that you put up on the shelves and on the counters, you're going to place back onto the floor, such as your beds, your blankets, cat trees. Make sure you empty that toy bin back onto the floor so the kitties can play with their toys. You have some scratchers in your room, so be sure to put your scratchers back onto the floor. If you're in a room that has a kitty in the cage, be sure she has a blanket and plenty of toys. Once you have everything down on the floor, just pan your room, make sure there's nothing left on the shelves, and you're going to place all of your room supplies back in your room cabinet. Replenishing your food and water. You want to place your food and water mats back down in the same spot and put your food and water bowls down. We want the kitties to have food and water for at least 24 hours. So we want to be sure that we don't overfill the bowls or underfill the bowls. So filling our water and food bowls, there is a method to our madness. We want to be sure that we have enough food and water for 24 hours. If for some reason a volunteer is not able to come in, we want to just be sure that the animals are being watered and fed for that period of time. So as you see here, we have appropriate levels for the food and appropriate levels for the water. You don't want to overfill or underfill. And just remember, it's more important for the kitties to have water than to have food. So be sure that those water bowls are filled appropriately. On to the best part. Let's get some kitty time. So part of being a caregiver here at Fearless Kitty Rescue is enriching the lives of our cats. So this is the time that we want to sit and pet them, brush those long-haired kitties for sure. Play with them. We've got laser toys in the room. We've got all kinds of toys, wand toys. Some of them love those ping pong balls, throwing them across the room. This is a time that you can really interact with them. Sit on the chair or sit on the floor. See who comes up to you and wants to sit on your lap. The bio cards that you have that are outside the room, if you have a lap kitty, you're going to want to note that bio card that kitty's a lap kitty. Someone comes in and wants to adopt, then they're going to be able to see on that bio card that kitty is a lap kitty. The notes that you put on those bio cards is invaluable so that we can find the best placement for that kitty with its family. So while you're in the rooms, you're going to be observing a lot of things while you're spending time with the kitties. Are they sneezing? Do they have nose mucus, eye discharge? Hopefully they're not vomiting, but if they are, who is? Is anybody lethargic? Sometimes we have kitties that don't interact appropriately, so are kitties hissing or growling with each other that you need to make note of. Here at Fearless Kitty Rescue, we talk about poop and poop scores a lot. So it's really, really important for these kitties to be healthy when they go home. So if we do have a kitty that has suspect poop, we want to know about it so that we can do any type of treatment that's necessary. So your feedback on this, your notations, and your observations are so key in making sure that our kitties are healthy when they go home. Okay, you are done with your shift. All of your rooms are cleaned and all of your kitties have been enriched. You want to return your supplies to the hall cabinets where you got them when you first came in. Be sure to fill those water jugs for your next volunteer that's coming behind you. If you had to mop, then you're going to take your mop bucket back to the mudroom. Before you head out, we do a final check of all our rooms. All the kitties are there, we're getting distracted, so we just want to be sure that we do have adequate food and water for 24 hours. So you're going to want to make sure that you go back in each room and just do a check Make sure that your kitty in the cage has food and water as well. Make sure your room supplies are back in your room cabinet, especially those paper towels. They will use it as a scratching post, and that will be fun for your next volunteer that comes behind you. Be sure that the blankets and the floor toys are all on the floor and not on your shelves. That is so that if the kitty jumps up on the shelf, it doesn't fall off and hurt anyone. You want to take your bio cards into the room. Do you have a bio card for each kitty? You don't want any pluses or you don't want any minuses in your room. You want to have the same kitties in your room. You're going to turn your lights off and lock your doors. And before you head out, be sure to sign out for your shift. Thank you so much for wanting to be a caregiver with Fearless Kitty Rescue. This is not only cleaning the environment that the kitties reside in, but also enriching their lives while they wait for their homes.